We've already stated that every incident everywhere is recorded into the living library termed the Akashic Record. This vast repository of knowledge and events is not just a static collection of data, but a dynamic, interactive archive that holds the essence of every moment that has ever occurred. We have also stated that it is possible to interact with any event recorded and to blend with the events unfolding and partake in what is occurring. This means that one can immerse themselves in the past, experiencing it as if they were truly there, feeling the emotions and witnessing the events firsthand. It was stated in one of the books we gave you that it would be possible, for instance, to walk with Hannibal as he crossed the Alps, leading an elephant, or sit at the feet of the Master Jesus as he gave his Sermon on the Mount. Imagine the profound impact of experiencing these pivotal moments in history, not just as a passive observer, but as an active participant. The Akashic Record is called a living library for this very reason, because events stored there are not static, as with earthly recorded events, but a different system is used that enables us to interact with the recordings in a graphic sense, partaking in an active manner in what is unfolding. This dynamic nature of the Akashic Record allows for a deeper understanding and connection to the events that have shaped our world. We have talked about this in a later volume and suggested that the Akashic Record is part of the higher self, of which there is only one, and yet can act upon individuals as if it was unique to each person. This means that while the Akashic Record is a singular entity, it can interact with each person in a deeply personal and unique way, reflecting their individual experiences and perspectives. Thus, as the higher self is only one, it follows that the Akashic Record, which is part of this higher self, must be one static unit, rather like a huge memory bank, and yet at the same time, because it can act as if it is unique to each individual person throughout all time, enables each and every person to interrelate with any event recorded in the Akashic Record as if it was that person's unique memory. This dual nature of the Akashic Record, being both a collective and individual repository, is what makes it so powerful and versatile. Now, memories can be played with, modified, altered if desired. This malleability of memory is a fascinating aspect of human cognition, allowing us to reshape our past experiences in light of new information or perspectives. Most of us think that a personal memory of any event is static, stored within what we call memory, unaltered for all time. However, this is not the case. Our memories are constantly evolving, influenced by our current emotions, beliefs, and experiences. In fact, memories do alter. They're not fixed snapshots of the past, but dynamic living entities that can change over time. What we remember now of any event that occurred long ago is not necessarily quite what occurred at the time. Our recollections are colored by our current state of mind, our emotions, and our understanding of the world. An event that occurred is stored within the Akashic Record as it actually happened, but a person's memory of that event would not be a true account, as it would be colored by the person's point of view of the event in many respects, physical, emotional, and so on. This subjective nature of memory means that each person's recollection of an event is unique to them. Also, if a second person witnessed the same event, depending on his vantage point, so his memory would alter. Each witness to an event will have their own unique perspective, influenced by their position, their emotions, and their personal experiences. So if only two people were concerned in an event, there would be a minimum of 3 recordings of that event. 1, the actual event. This is the objective reality of what occurred, as recorded in the Akashic Record. 2, the memory of person A from his perspective. And 3, the memory of person B from his perspective. Each of these perspectives provides a different view of the same event, highlighting the subjective nature of memory. Now we can play with aspects 2 and 3, but aspect 1, the recording of the true event, cannot be permanently altered. The objective reality of the event remains unchanged, even if our memories of it do not. To consider what occurred in the Phoenix Lights incident. This event, which has fascinated and puzzled many, provides a perfect example of how the Akashic Record and our memories interact. A decision was taken from at least one group of aliens that the time was ripe for disclosure. They chose to reveal themselves in a dramatic and unmistakable way. In fact, this was not a true alien group, but that is not important. What matters is the impact of the event on those who witnessed it. It is the fact that a group who have advanced technology and who seldom mix with earthly humans decided to reveal themselves that is important. This decision to make their presence known had far-reaching implications. So they flew a craft over a certain part of America to study our reaction. This was a deliberate act, designed to gauge how humanity would respond to the presence of an advanced, non-human intelligence. Into the Akashic record via higher self, a recording was made. This recording captured the objective reality of the event, as well as the subjective experiences of those who witnessed it. This was, quite simply, a record of the event. A UFO traveled from point A to point B. This basic fact was recorded in the Akashic record, along with all the details and nuances of the event. A UFO traveled from point A to point B. This simple statement belies the complexity of the event and its impact on those who witnessed it. This, obviously, was seen by many people, and so many memories were generated by individuals, each one slightly different, depending on their vantage point of the scene and of the emotional reaction to what they observed. Each witness to the event had their own unique experience, shaped by their perspective and emotions. But the question asked was, how was it possible for remote viewers, nearly 20 years in the future, to interact with the pilot of the UFO when he flew over a part of America in the past? This question touches on the profound capabilities of the Akashic record and the nature of time and memory. We have already attempted to answer that question when we stated that the Akashic record is a living library and we can react with it. This means that the remote viewers were able to access the recorded memory of the event and interact with it in a meaningful way. The actual event had a pilot aboard the UFO plus the little robots that many groups use, and this fact was duly recorded into the Akashic record. This detailed recording included not just the physical aspects of the event, but also the knowledge and personality of the pilot. The pilot, being an advanced person compared to us, had not only intelligence but knowledge of advanced physics. This knowledge was also recorded into the Akashic record, providing a rich source of information for the remote viewers to access. His knowledge as well as his personality were also recorded into the Akashic record. This means that the remote viewers were not just accessing a static record of the event, but a dynamic living memory that included the pilot's thoughts and feelings. When the remote viewers looked into the memory of the Akashic record of the event, they were able to link to the memory of the pilot's knowledge and wisdom. This allowed them to interact with the pilot in a meaningful way, asking questions and receiving answers. The imagination of one of the remote viewers created a little story where he asked questions and the pilot replied. This imaginative interaction was based on the rich, detailed memory stored in the Akashic record. So what can we make of this? This interaction between the remote viewers and the pilot provides a fascinating glimpse into the capabilities of the Akashic record and the nature of memory and time. It was concluded by the remote viewer team that a link over time was made in which the remote viewer was actually able to link with the living pilot, and that is one way of looking at the event. This suggests that the Akashic record allows for a form of time travel, enabling us to interact with the past in a meaningful way. But it is also true that the remote viewer was able to look at a memory of the event, and by linking with the pilot's stored memory and by using higher self, both in a global and individual sense, also using imagination, was able to create a little theatrical piece that seemed real to the remote viewer and to most of the public. This highlights the power of imagination and the subjective nature of memory. Remote viewing, Akashic record and higher self, all working together to pull information from the past, present or future, is a difficult skill to acquire and difficult to comprehend. It requires a deep understanding of the nature of time, memory and consciousness. It requires deep appreciation of how certain aspects of life work, individually and collectively, and of how complex and important the Akashic record can be in helping us unfold the mysteries of life. This profound understanding can provide valuable insights into the nature of reality and our place in the universe. It is justly called a living library, and although it is not time travel as man wishes it to be, is closely connected to it. The Akashic record allows us to interact with the past in a way that is deeply meaningful and transformative. Credits written by your name, narrated by narrator's name, produced by producer's name.